The 100 dresses, sir. Dresses. Sir, pen. Good morning, everyone. Okay. So yesterday where did we stop? We will finish part 1 and move to the part 2 of the chapter, the 100 dresses. Okay. So what happens next? Okay, till where did we stop yesterday? We saw that everyone told whom? Vanda, when she told her that she had a green and a green color dress with a red shirts, everyone told her that she would look like a Christmas tree. Okay, ऐसा चिढ़ाया सब लोगों ने. उसके बाद what happened? See, in the next paragraph, thinking about Vanda and her 100 dresses all lined up in the closet, Maddie began to wonder who was going to win the drawing and coloring contest. Okay, for girls this contest consisted of designing dresses, and for boys of designing motorboats. Probably Peggy could win the girls medal. Peggy drew better than anyone else in the room. At least that's what everybody thought. She would copy a picture in a magazine or some film star's head so that you could almost tell who it was. Oh, Maddie was sure Peggy would win. Well, tomorrow the teacher was going to announce the winners, then they would know. Okay, so while thinking about Vanda, Maddie, when thinking about Vanda, Maddie began thinking about the drawing contest in which, like, she thought that who is going to win the drawing contest. Okay, for girls it was the contest for designing dresses, and for boys it was a contest for designing motorbikes. Okay, so in Maddie's head, she thought that Peggy would win the competition because she had good dressing sense and she would draw very well. She would imagine a film star or somebody and then draw as it is, and when you see the dress you can tell that which film star's dress it is. Okay, she used to draw with such perfection. Who? Peggy. Okay, because she was the best artist in the room. She could copy exact pictures and recognizable portraits. Okay, she could copy portraits exactly. Okay, she was sure that Peggy would win and the results to be announced tomorrow. She said that let's see who wins. Okay, the next day it was drizzling. Maggie and Paddy hurried to school under Peggy's umbrella. Naturally, on a day like this, they didn't wait for Vanda on the corner of Oliver Street, the street that far away under the railroad tracks and up the hill led to Bogan's Heights. Anyway, they weren't taking chance on being late today because today was important. It's the next day. Okay, it started raining. ठीक है, बारिश हो रही थी, हल्की हल्की बारिश, drizzle हो रहा था. ठीक है, this day the results were going to be announced, and this day Maddie and Peggy weren't waiting for whom? Vanda. Okay, because every day before school they used to wait for Vanda at the corner of the street. What was the street? Oliver Street. Okay, that street led to Bogan's Heights where Vanda used to stay. So that day they did not wait because that day was very important. They didn't want to get late that day. Okay, so that is the day. That is the reason they did not wait for Vanda today. Okay, so if the question asks why didn't Maddie and Peggy wait for Vanda on the results day, because it was a very important day and they couldn't take a chance to get late and go to school late on that day. Okay. Do you think Miss Mason will announce the winners today? Asked Peggy. Oh, I hope so the minute we get in, said Maddie. Of course you will win, Peg. Hope so, said Peggy eagerly. The minute they entered the classroom, they stopped short and gasped. There were drawings all over the room, every ledge and every window sill, dazzling colors and brilliant. Lavish designs, all drawn on great sheets of wrapping paper. They must have seen 100 of them all lined up. These must be drawings for the contest. They were. Everybody stopped and whistled and murmured admiringly. Okay, उस दिन क्या हुआ? When Maddie and Peggy entered the classroom, they were talking to each other that आज results बता देंगे क्या? आज जल्दी से बता दे तो अच्छा है. Then Maddie said to Peggy that don't worry, you will win. Then Peggy was like, okay, let's see, let's hope. Okay, when they entered the room, okay, to their utmost surprise, they saw that the room was filled with brilliant designs, brilliant drawings. ओके चारों और रूम में बहुत सही सही ड्राइंग सब भरे हुए थे. ठीक है, इट वॉज ब्राइट एंड ब्रिलियंट एंड दोज ड्राइंग्स लेफ्ट एवरीवन इन ऑ. और मतलब सब लोग शॉक होके देख रहे हैं उस ड्राइंग्स को, मतलब कि इतना सुंदर कैसे हो सकता है. दीज वेर द ड्राइंग्स फॉर द कॉन्टेस्ट. Okay, as soon as the class had assembled, Miss Mason announced the winners. Jack Beggles had won for the boys, she said, and his design on the outboard motor was on exhibition in room 12 along with the sketches of other boys. Okay, when the class assembled, Miss Mason, okay, she started announcing the winners. From the boys, it was Jack Beggles, okay, who because boys का कौन सा contest था, मोटर बाइक डिज़ाइन करने का contest था. So she said that his design for the on-board motors was so good कि उसके डिज़ाइन को एग्जीबिशन में रखा गया है. ठीक है, रूम नंबर 12 में. As for the girls, she said, although just one or two sketches were submitted by most one girl and room 13 should be proud of her, this one girl actually drew 100 designs, all different and all beautiful. In the opinion of the judges, any one of the drawings is worthy of winning the prize. I am very happy to say that Vanda Petronsi is the winner of the girls medal. Okay, so now what happened? Miss Mason, when she came to announce the results of the girls, she said that almost some girls they had one or two sketches submitted, but this girl had submitted almost 100. A total of 100 designs. Okay, 100 beautiful designs, and all of them were so good that according to the judges, any one among the 100 dresses given by that girl might win. Matlab the winner is ultimately Vanda. So she announced ultimately that the winner of the competition is Vanda Petronsi. Okay. Unfortunately, Vanda has been absent from school for some days and is not here to receive the applause this is due to her. Let us hope she will be back tomorrow. Now class, you may file around the room quietly and look at her exquisite drawings. The children burst into applause and even the boys were glad to have a chance to stamp on the floor, put their fingers in their mouths and whistle, though they were not interested in dresses. Look, Peg, whispered Maggie. That's that blue one she told us about. Isn't it beautiful? Yes, said Peggy. And here's the green one, boy, and I thought I could draw. Okay, so that day Vanda was absent. As we know that Vanda has been absent, like continuously being absent to school since the last few days. So what happened? Okay, and today she wasn't there to receive all the applause and all. Okay, तो वहाँ पे मिस मेसेस ने क्या बोला कि ओके यू ऑल गैदर नाउ, सब लोग लाइक जो डिज़ाइन से उसका मज़ा उठाओ. तो बॉयज़ लोग भी इस मौके का फ़ायदा उठा के वहाँ पे आगे, दो दे वर नॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन द ड्रेसेस, वो लोग भी सीटी बजाने लगे, ताली बजाने लगे, एंजॉय कर रहे थे. बिकॉज ऑब्वियसली दे आर बॉयज़, दे आर नॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन गर्ल्स ड्रेसेस एंड ऑल. ठीक है, पर वो आके वहाँ पे मज़े करने लगे. Everyone was so shocked, so happy to see those exquisite designs कि वो लोग सारे लोग अपलॉड करने लगे, बहुत तारीफ़ करने लगे. तभी मैडी एंड पैगी एक दूसरे से बात कर रहे थे कि सी लुक एट दोज डिज़ाइंस. अरे पैगी देख वो वाला ब्लू कलर का ड्रेस जो वो बोल रही थी, देख कितना सुंदर है ना. देन मैगी बोलती है कि हाँ वो ग्रीन कलर का भी देख, और फिर बोलती है कि देखो इतना अच्छा अच्छा ड्रॉ कर रही है और मेरे को लगा था मैं ड्रॉ भी कर सकती हूँ, देखो इस डिज़ाइंस को तो देखो करके. ओके, तो यहाँ पे अपना पार्ट 1 ख़त्म होता है. ठीक है, कहाँ पे ख़त्म होता है? दैट दे ऑल अपलोडेड हुज Vanda's designs. Now quickly move to part 2. Okay. While the class was circling the room, the monitor from the principal's office brought Miss Mason a note. Miss Mason read it several times and studied it thoughtfully for a while. Then she clapped her hands. Attention class, everyone back to their seat. When the shuffling of feet had stopped and the room was still and quiet, Miss Mason said, I have a letter from Vanda's father that I want you to read. Okay? That I want to read to you. Okay? Miss Mason stood there a moment and the silence in the room grew tense and expectant. The teacher adjusted her glasses slowly and deliberately. Her manner indicated that what was coming, this letter from Vanda's father, was a matter of great importance. Everybody listened closely as Miss Mason read the brief note. Then what happened? Everyone was looking around, सब लोग घूम रहे थे, सब लोग डिज़ाइंस वगैरह देख रहे थे. Okay, then what happened? A monitor from principal's office मिस मेसन के लिए एक नोट लेके आया. ओके, नोट लेके आया और मिस मेसन ने उस नोट को बहुत बार पढ़ा और फिर पूरे क्लास को बोला कि एवरीवन गेट बैक टू योर प्लेसेस विद इन लाइक सब लोग जल्दी से अपने प्लेसेस पे बैठ जाओ. जब सब लोग अपने अपने प्लेसेस पे बैठ गए, ओके, क्लास में शफलिंग होना बंद हो गया, तब मिस मेसन ने बोला कि आई हैव अ लेटर फ्रॉम वैंडास फादर. राइट, वैंडास फादर के पास से मेरे पास एक लेटर है. ओके, सो एवरीवन सिट एंड आई विल रीड इट आउट टू यू. तो वो अपना ऐसे चश्मा एडजस्ट करके वगैरह ऐसा लाइक प्रेप कर रही थी ताकि वो पढ़ा के सुनाए उनको. और सब लोगों के अंदर इतना मतलब एंग्जाइटी भरा, मतलब नॉट एंग्जाइटी, वो लोग सोच रहे थे दे ऐसा सिचुएशन है पर जो भी लेटर है दैट इज़ ऑफ अ ग्रेट इम्पॉर्टेंस, दैट इज़ ऑफ वेरी ग्रेट इम्पॉर्टेंस. ठीक है. So everybody listened closely as Mrs. Mason read out the letter. Okay, dear teacher, my Vanda will not come to your school anymore. Okay, Jake also. Now we will move away to big city. No more holler Polak. Okay, no more ask why funny name. Plenty of funny names in the big city. You're truly the Jack Pentronsky. Okay, so क्या था उस लेटर में? The letter began with a salutation to whom? Mrs. Mason. Mrs. Vanda's father said that he is not in an intention of sending his two kids anymore to the school. Okay, no more strange name, we'll move to the big city now. Okay, he mentioned that they were shifting to another city, a big one, and no one would care about their strange name. ऐसा एक city में वो लोग shift कर रहे हैं कि no one will care about their big name, no more strange names, no more funny like mockings and all. ठीक है, वो था उस लेटर में. Then what happened? A deep silence met the reading of this letter. Okay, second. Okay, any doubt till here? Okay, so what happened? They all got the letter. सब लोग शॉक में चुपचाप बैठे. ठीक है. A deep silence met the reading of this letter. Miss Mason took off her glasses, blew on them, wiped them on her soft white handkerchief. Then she put them on again and looked at the class. When she spoke, her voice was very low. I am sure that none of the boys and girls in room 13 would purposely and deliberately hurt anyone's feelings because his or her name happened to be long. Okay, unfamiliar one. I prefer to think that what was said in thoughtlessness. I know that all of you feel the way I do. That is a very unfortunate thing to have happened. Unfortunate and sad both. I want you all to think about it. What did Mrs. Mason do? Situation, imagine she took off her glasses, she rubbed it, okay, she rubbed it with a handkerchief, okay, she blew her glasses, she rubbed it with a handkerchief and then put it on again. She said everyone that I know you all children, you are my children, okay, I can never think that you can deliberately जानबूझ के hurt somebody else's feelings. Okay, whatever must have happened must be out of thoughtlessness. Okay, ऐसा उन्होंने बोला कि जो कुछ भी हुआ आपके थॉटलेसनेस वजह से हुआ होगा, जानबूझ के तुम लोग ऐसा नहीं किए होंगे, ओके। और जो कुछ भी हुआ बहुत अनफॉर्चुनेट था, बहुत सैड था, ओके। आई कैन नेवर थिंक कि तुम मतलब मैं नहीं सोच सकती कि तुम लोग, ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि तुम लोग जानबूझ के किसी का मजाक उड़ाओगे ओनली बिकॉज दे हैड अ लॉन्ग नेम और अ अनफेमिलियर नेम, ओके। एंड आई वॉन्ट यू ऑल टू थिंक अबाउट इट, ऐसा बोला। The first period was a study period. Maddie tried to prepare her lessons, okay, but she could not put her mind on the work. She had a very sick feeling in the bottom of her stomach. True, she had not enjoyed listening to Peggy ask Wanda how many dresses she had in her closet, but she had said nothing. She had stood by silently, and that was just as bad as Peggy had done. Worse, she was a coward. At least Peggy hasn't considered they were being mean, but Maddie had thought they were doing. She could put herself in Wanda's shoes. तो अभी क्या हुआ, सब लोग वैंडा के बारे में सोचने लगे, वो लेटर के बारे में सोचने लगे, ओके। नाउ कमिंग टू मैडी couldn't concentrate on her studies, okay, as she felt sick, like she felt that something wrong was going on, because a thought came across her mind that when Peggy was mocking Wanda, she was silently standing there, she did not stop her, okay. This is as bad as teaching her, हाँ कि नहीं, उसने उसको गलती करने से नहीं रोका, मतलब उसका तो यही इम्प्लीकेशन हुआ ना कि शी इज सपोर्टिंग हर कि वो गलती करे, तो शी वॉज लाइक आई एम अ कावर्ड, ये तो असली गलती करने वाले से भी ज़्यादा गलती मेरी ही है क्योंकि मैंने उसको रोका नहीं। शी सेड दैट आई एम अ कावर्ड, शी थॉट दैट शी हैड अ कावर्ड, ओके। शी थॉट दैट शी हैड डन वर्स देन Peggy. Peggy's intentions were never to hurt Wanda, and she was not aware of her game hurt her feelings. But okay, Peggy's intentions were never to hurt Wanda, okay, and she never knew that Wanda hurt भी हो रही थी। पर Maddie on the other hand, Maddie knew that Peggy के intentions क्या है, और फिर okay, Maddie on the other hand, she did not know the impact, okay, yet she stood silent, which made her a coward, not standing against what's wrong, okay, that made her a coward over there, okay. Goodness, wasn't there anything she could do? If only she could tell Wanda she hadn't meant to hurt her feelings. She turned around and stole a glance at Peggy, but Peggy did not look up. She seemed to be studying hard. Well, whether Peggy felt badly or not, Maddie had to do something. She had to find Wanda Petronsky. Maybe she had not yet moved away. Maybe Peggy would climb the heights with her and would tell Wanda she had won the contest, and they thought she was smart and the 100 dresses were beautiful. Filled with guilt and regret, Maddie wished that she hoped for a chance to meet Wanda and apologize her wholeheartedly. Okay, she turned around, she looked at Peggy. Peggy was doing something, she was concentrating. Okay, she was too busy with studying. But regardless of what Peggy was thinking, Maddie was like, no, maybe she hasn't moved away yet. Maybe I can go to the top of the heights and then meet her, tell her that how intelligent and smart she was, and how she won the contest, and how her dresses were so beautiful and exquisite. Okay. When school was dismissed in the afternoon, Peggy said with intended casualness, hey, let's go and see if the kid has left down or not. So Peggy had the same idea. Maggie glowed. Peg was really alright. The two girls hurried out of the building up the street towards Boggins Heights, a part of the town that wore such a forbidding air on this kind of November afternoon, drizzly, damp and dismal. Okay, school khatam hua. Both Peggy and Maddie checked if they wanted to check if Maddie has moved or not. Okay, Maddie was satisfied at the thought that they both had the plans of apologizing to Wanda, because both had the plans. Okay, वो लोग एक दूसरे से बात किए. Okay, both of them hurried where to Boggins Heights. Okay, the place where Amanda lived, in order to find her. During this season, वो जो rainy season है, this place was generally wet and the atmosphere was sad and hopeless. Okay, rain को generally sad environment से compare किया जाता है, थोड़ा melancholy environment की तरह. ठीक है, तो वहाँ पे weather भी वैसा था कि वो थोड़ा वेट था, डैम्प था, थोड़ा सैड सा एनवायरनमेंट था. ओके, Well, at least, said Peggy gruffly, I never did call her a foreigner or make fun of her name. I never thought she had the sense to know we were making fun of her anyway. I thought she was too dumb. And Guy, look how she can draw. Maddie could say nothing. All she hoped was that they could find Wanda. She wanted to tell her that how they were sorry they had picked on her and how wonderful the whole school thought she was, and please not to move away and everybody would be nice. She and Peggy would fight anybody and was not nice. The two girls hurry on. They hope to get to the back of the hill before dark. Peggy क्या करती है पहले, वो ट्राइज टू कम्फर्ट हरसेल्फ बाय सेइंग दैट यार मैंने कभी तो उसको ये नहीं बोला ना कि वो एक फॉरेनर है, मैं उसका मजाक, ऐसा तो मैंने मजाक नहीं उड़ाया, ऐसा बोली थी, ठीक है. नेदर डिड आई फील डिफरेंट. ओके, वो तो बोलती थी कि मैं तो उसको अनफेमिलियर नाम से भी कभी नहीं चिढ़ाती थी, ठीक है. और फिर बोलती है कि मैं तो उसको इतना डम सोचती थी कि उसको पता भी नहीं चल रहा कि मैं उसका मजाक उड़ा रही हूँ. लास्ट में बोलती है एंड देन शी बोलती है कि देखो whom I thought that she is so dumb and look at her how pretty her drawings are. Okay. Above all, Wanda is such a great artist too. Maddie on the other hand wouldn't say a word. मैडी ये सब सुन के कुछ नहीं बोली थी. मैडी ओनली हैड वन थॉट इन हर माइंड कि कैसे वो जाके वैंडा से मिले, उनको बोले कि हाउ सॉरी दे आर, हाउ लाइक they wanted to ask forgiveness to Wanda. They wanted to say that her drawings are so beautiful, please come back to school, please do not leave the place, please don't move away. Okay. I think that where's the Petronkis live, said Maddie, pointing to a little white house. Wisps of old grass stuck up here and there along the pathway like thin kittens. The house and its sparse little yard looked shabby but clean. Okay, it reminded Maddie of Wanda's one dress, her faded blue cotton dress, shabby but clean. There was not a sign of life about the house. Peggy knocked firmly on the door, but there was no answer. She and Maddie went across the backyard and knocked there. Still, there was no answer. Okay, तो वो लोग जैसे बॉगिन हाइट्स के ऊपर मतलब वो लेन में गए, they saw a white little house up there, which they thought कि ये वांडा का घर हो सकता है. They saw a white little house. Okay, the house and the surroundings were shabby but clean. Okay, just like Wanda's worn out clothes. Shabby थे but clean थे. ठीक है. Thin bunches of grass grew along the path. Along the path, thin bunches of grass grew थे. They resembled thin kittens. ठीक है, they resembled thin kittens, जो छोटे छोटे kittens होते हैं वहाँ उनके जैसे लग रहे थे. No one could be seen around the house. They knocked both at the front and the back doors. पर कहीं से भी कुछ रिस्पॉन्स नहीं आया. वो सामने की तरफ से भी नॉक किए, पीछे भी नॉक किए, कोई रिस्पॉन्स नहीं आया. ओके, एनी डाउट टिल हियर? Clear? Yes. Okay. Fine. There was no doubt about it. The Petronkis were gone. How could they ever make amends? They turned slowly and made their way back to the hill. Well, anyway, said Peggy, she's gone now, so what can we do? Besides, when I was asking her about her dresses, she probably was getting good ideas for her drawings. She might not have won the contest otherwise. Okay, तो वो लोग को लगा कि नहीं, ये लोग जा चुके हैं. Now the Petronkis are gone and gone with them. Maddie's and Peggy's last chance to make amends too. उन लोग का लास्ट चांस था कुछ ठीक करने का, वो भी नहीं हुआ, वो भी चला गया. इन ऑर्डर टू कम्फर्ट हरसेल्फ, पेगी स्टार्टेड सेइंग, उसको खुद को तसल्ली देने के लिए शी स्टार्टेड सेइंग कि अच्छा हुआ मैं पेगी को, सॉरी वैंडा को, आई केप्ट आस्किंग हर अबाउट हर ड्राइंग्स, हाउ आर योर लाइक ड्रेसेस एंड ऑल, अदरवाइज वो कभी वो कॉन्टेस्ट जीतती नहीं, ऐसा बोला उसने. ठीक है. Maddie turned this idea carefully over in her head, for if there was anything in it she would have to feel so badly. But that night she could not get to sleep. She thought about Wanda and her faded dress, okay, faded blue dress, and the little house she lived in. she thought of the glowing picture those 100 dresses made, all lined up in the classroom. At last, Maddie sat up in bed and pressed her forehead tight in her hands and really thought. This was the hardest thinking she had ever done. After a long time, she reached an important conclusion. She was never going to stand by and say nothing again. क्या हुआ अभी? Maddie was thinking very hardly. Okay, she was going through really bad time. Okay, Maddie also tried to convince her after what Peggy said that if this is the case, she doesn't have to feel so bad. But later that night she couldn't sleep. Okay, she couldn't sleep at all. She woke up, वो अपना forehead पकड़ के बैठ गई. Okay. उसके and then she was thinking about Vanda's little house, her faded blue dress, her both shabby but clean, okay, and her glorious 100 dresses in the classrooms. Okay, finally she sat on her bed and started thinking deeply. The hardest she would have ever done. वो अपना मतलब इतना hard उसने कभी नहीं सोचा था लाइफ में. ठीक है. She pressed her forehead tight in her hands, which indicated that she was really trying to concentrate. After thinking so much and so deeply, she came to a conclusion that she will always stand against the wrongs and will not say anything unless she had to. Okay, तब उसने ये डिसाइड किया कि आज के बाद अगर कुछ गलत हो, then she will stand for it. ठीक है, उसके अगेंस्ट वो बोलेगी, चुपचाप नहीं रहेगी. If she heard anybody picking on someone because they were funny looking or because they had strange names, she would speak up. Even if it is meant losing Peggy's friendship, she had no way of making things right with Vanda, but from now on she would never make anybody else unhappy again. तो उसने ये डिसाइड किया कि आज के बाद अगर कुछ गलत हो रहा है, अगर कोई किसी का मजाक उड़ा रहा है, ठीक है, अब छोटी छोटी बातों के लिए, या फिर उसका नाम लंबा है, या फिर उसका ऐसा है, उसके लुक्स को लेके कोई भी कुछ बोल रहा है, देन शी विल स्टैंड अगेंस्ट इट. वो बोलेगी, भले ही इसके वजह से उसका फ्रेंडशिप क्यों ना ख़राब हो जाए पैगी के साथ, शी वोंट केयर. पर उसने उसका जैसे वैंडा के साथ रिलेशन ख़राब हुआ, वो जो रैपो ख़राब हुआ, वो अगली बार से किसी और के साथ ऐसा होने नहीं देगी. मैडी ने ये डिसाइड किया. ओके. On Saturday, Maddie spent the afternoon with Peggy. They were writing a letter to Vanda Petronsky. It was just a friendly letter telling about the contest and telling how she had won. They told her how her prettier drawings were, and then they asked if she liked where she was living and if she liked her new teacher. They had meant to say they were sorry, but it ended up with just writing a friendly letter, the kind they would have written to any good friend, and signed it with lots of X's. For love. Okay, they mailed the letter to Boggins Heights, writing please forward on the envelope. Okay, तो सैटरडे को क्या हुआ, दोनों बैठे, पैगी और मैगी दोनों बैठ के एक लेटर लिखने लगे. दे वॉन्टेड टू से सॉरी बट इट वॉज जस्ट अ गुड फ्रेंडली लेटर कि हाय वैंडा, तुम कॉन्टेस्ट जीत गई, तुम्हारा ड्रेसेस इतना सुंदर है, तुम कहाँ पे हो, तुम्हारा न्यू टीचर कैसे हैं, तुमको अच्छा लग रहा है क्या, एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा. ठीक है, और एक फ्रेंडली क्योंकि उनको वो करेज नहीं आया कि वो लोग सॉरी लिख पाए वहाँ पे. ठीक है, और वो लोग वो कहाँ भेजती है, बोगिन साइट्स भेजती है ताकि वो फॉरवर्ड कर सके जो भी एड्रेस पे वो लोग अभी हैं. Days passed, but there was no answer. The letter did not come back, so maybe Vanda had received it. Perhaps she was so hurt and angry she was not going to answer. You could not blame her. Weeks went by and still Vanda did not answer. Peggy had begun to forget the whole business, and Maddie put herself to sleep at night making speeches about Vanda, defending her from great crowds of girls who were trying to tease with her. How many dresses have you got? And before Vanda could press her lips together in a tight line, the way she stop answering, Maddie would cry out, stop, then everybody will feel ashamed the way she used to feel. क्या होता है, डेज पास्ट, वैंडा से कोई रिप्लाई नहीं आया और उनको वो लेटर वापस भी नहीं आया, इसका मतलब वैंडा को लेटर जा चुका है. ठीक है, यू कांट ब्लेम वैंडा ऑल्सो, उसके साथ ऐसा हुआ है, उसका रिप्लाई नहीं करना इज़ ऑल्सो गुड ओनली. ओके, वाई विल शी रिप्लाई, इन्होंने इतना कुछ लाइक गंदा किया है, बुरा किया है इसके साथ, शी डजंट हैव टू रिप्लाई, शी इज़ नॉट लायबल टू रिप्लाई ऑल्सो. ठीक है, डेज पास, धीरे धीरे पैगी भूलने लगी एंड वैंडा क्या करने लगी, ये बात को भूलने लगी पैगी. वैंडा क्या अपने इमेजिनरी ड्रीम्स में स्पीचेस देने लगी रात को. ठीक है, रात को वो इमेजिन कर रही थी कि वैंडा को सब लोग एवरी लाइक देयर वर अ ह्यूज बंच ऑफ क्राउड लाइक गर्ल्स हु यूज्ड टू मॉक हुम वैंडा. तो वो वहाँ पे इमेजिनरी स्पीच देने लगी और वो मैडी इमेजिनरीली जाती थी और वहाँ पे सबको स्टॉप डूइंग दैट, स्टॉप बुलिंग हर, ऐसा बोल के सब लोग डर जाते थे वहाँ से. तो वैसा इमेजिन करती थी हु, मैडी. ओके, Now it was Christmas time and there was snow on the ground. Christmas bells and a small tree decorated the classroom. On the last day of school before the holidays, the teacher showed the class a letter she had received that morning. You remember Wanda Pentronsky, the gifted little artist who won the little contest? Well, she has written to me and I'm glad to know where she lives because now I can send her the medal. I want to read the letter to you. Okay? तो क्रिसमस का टाइम था एंड इट वाज स्नो ऑन द ग्राउंड. ठीक है, क्रिसमस बेल्स चारों ओर पे बज रहे थे और क्लासरूम पूरा एक छोटा सा क्रिसमस ट्री भी डेकोरेट किया गया था. ऑन द लास्ट डे ऑफ द स्कूल बिफोर द हॉलीडेज मिसेस मेसन केम. ओके, टीचर आई उन दिन और बोली कि यू ऑल रिमेंबर वैंडा पेंट्रॉन्स्की जिसने वो कॉन्टेस्ट जीता था, उसका मेरे को मैसेज आया है एंड आई एम वेरी हैप्पी एंड आई वांट टू रीड आउट द लेटर टू यू. मेरे को पता चला है कि वो कहाँ पे है, उसका एड्रेस मिला मेरे को. सो नाउ आई कैन सेंड द मेडल टू हर विच शी हैज़ वन. ओके, क्या लिखा था उसमें? Dear Mrs. Mason, how are you and room 13? Please tell the girls they can keep those 100 dresses because in my new house I have 100 new ones all lined up in my closet. I would like that girl Peggy to have the drawing of the green dress with the red trimming and her friend Maggie to have the blue one. For Christmas I miss that school and my new teacher does not equalize with you. Merry Christmas to you and everybody. Yours truly, Wanda Petronsky. She writes a very sweet letter saying, hello ma'am, how are you and room 13. Okay, please tell all those girls to keep those 100 dresses and ask Peggy to keep that green dress with the red sash and her friend Maddie to keep that blue dress. And I am okay, over here I have a new set of all 100 dresses lined up in my closet. Okay, let them keep everybody those okay, let them keep it as a Christmas gift. Okay, and here I miss you all a lot. ठीक है, यहाँ का मैम यहाँ के जो टीचर है वो आपके जैसे नहीं है and I miss you and the school a lot. Yours truly, Wanda Petronsky. Okay, on the way home from school, Maddie and Peggy held their drawings very carefully. All the houses had wreaths and holly in the windows. Outside the grocery store, hundreds of Christmas trees were stacked, and in the window, candy peppermint sticks and cornucopias of shiny transparent paper were strung. Okay, the air smells like Christmas and light shining everywhere reflected different colors on the snow. Boy, said Peggy, this really shows she really likes us. This shows she got a letter and this is a way of saying that everything's all right. And that's right. I hope so, said Maddie sadly. She felt sad because she knew she would never see the little tight-lipped polished girl again and could never really make things right between them. Okay, so डिस्क्राइब किया गया था. इट इज़ क्रिसमस सीजन, चारों ओर सबके हाउसेस डेकोरेटेड हुए गए हैं. ग्रोसरी स्टोर्स वे स्टॉक्ड विद क्रिसमस ट्रीज, कैंडी पेपरमिंट्स, वो जो कैंडी पेपरमिंट स्टिक्स होते हैं, एंड अदर क्रिसमस स्टफ. एटमॉस्फेयर वॉज कलरफुल एंड जॉयफुल एकदम. ठीक है, मैडी एंड पेट्रॉन्की टुक होम द ड्राइंग्स वेरी केयरफुली व्हेन आई विल सेंड यू द ड्राइंग्स ऑल्सो. ओके, fine. So Maggie, but on the other hand, it was quite to see. Okay, they were assumed that she got. Now thought कि कितनी अच्छी है ना कि उसको शायद हम लोग का लेटर मिल गया होगा. Now she might be thinking that everything is right between us. Okay. But on the other hand, Maddie, they were sad. Maddie was sad that she could not meet the polished girl, like tight-lipped polished girl again. Okay, she will never get a chance to make amends. Matlab, she'll never get a chance to make things all right between her. Okay. She went home and pinned her drawing over a torn place in the pink flat wallpaper in the bedroom. The shabby room came alive from the brilliancy of the colors. Maddie sat down on a bed and looked at the drawing. She had stood by and said nothing, but Wanda has been nice to her anyway. वो घर गई और अपना ड्राइंग को अपने पिंक फ्लैट वॉलपेपर में लगा दी. थोड़ा सा फटा भी था वो उसका वॉल, तो उसमें लगा दी. अचानक से वो वॉल में चमक आ गया क्योंकि उसके ब्रिलियंसी ऑफ ड्राइंग के वजह से वो चमक आ गया. ठीक है, मैडी वहाँ पे बैठ के उसके ब्रिलियंसी और मतलब वैंडा के बारे में सोचती थी कि मैंने उसके लिए कुछ नहीं किया, पर फिर भी वो कितनी शी वॉज वेरी सो नाइस टू मी टू गिव मी दिस ड्राइंग. ओके, Tears blurred her eyes and she gazed for a long time at the picture. Then hastily she rubbed her eyes and studied it intently. The colors in the dress were so vivid that she had scarcely noticed the face and head of the drawing. But it looked like her. Maddie, it really looked like her own mouth. Why it really looked like herself? Wanda had really drawn it for her. Excitedly she ran over to Peggy's. तो वो जैसे ही देख रही थी, as she like gazed into the picture, she thought that वो तो उसका ही पिक्चर है, उसी का शक्ल है, उसी का लाइक बॉडी है, ठीक है. तो वो एक्साइटेडली उसको लगा कि अच्छा वांडा ने मेरे लिए ही बनाया है वो चीज़, और वो भाग भाग के गई पैगी के पास. ओके. Peg, she said, let me see your picture. What's the matter? Said Peggy as they clattered up the room where Wanda's drawings were lying down on the bed. Maddie carefully raised it. Look, she drew you. That's you, she explained, and the head and face of the picture did look like Peggy. तो वो भाग भाग के Peggy के पास गई. Peggy के like बेड के ऊपर वो पड़ा था, वो आराम से उसको उठाई और वो देखी. That look, Peg, she exactly, वो तो उसके जैसे ही लग रही थी, उसका फेस, उसका सब कुछ ऐसे ही लग रहा था. See, look, she draw you. Like she drew your picture just like you look. Okay. What did I say? Said Peggy. She must have really liked us anyway. Yes, she must have, agreed Maggie, and she blinked away the tears that came every time she thought of Wanda standing alone in the sunny spot in the schoolyard looking stolidly over at the group of laughing girls after she had walked off, after she had said, sure, 100 of them all lined up. Okay. तब बोलती है Peggy says that she was right about Wanda, that Wanda उस टाइम पे भी हम लोग को लाइक करते थे, बट हम लोग क्या करते थे, उन लोग को ये सोच के मैडी की आंखों में आंसू आ गया. वो इमेजिन करते कि सब लोग उसको घेर के दे वर मॉकिंग हर, दे वर मेकिंग फन ऑफ हर अबाउट एब्सोल्युटली नथिंग, ठीक है, बेसलेस पॉइंट्स पे उसको मॉक करते थे. एंड ठीक है, और ये सब सोच के उनके आँख से आंसू आ जाता है. Okay, so here we finish all the both parts of the chapter. Okay, so basically chapter is all about how like regret, what regret can make a person. ठीक है. So now I want you all to go through the chapter again, the whole thing, and NCRT questions of the whole chapter, both 1 and 2, both part 1 and part 2. Okay, yesterday you did part 1, right? So today only part 2 you do. NCRT questions, write it down. Okay, let me know in the group you'll do the NCRT questions, or if not, tell me to send the questions, I'll send it to you. Okay, it's better you do the NCRT questions because that's what you need to practice for your boards. Okay, do it and send it to me by 9 o'clock. Okay, I'll check who has not submitted, and then I want everyone to submit to English homeworks. Okay, by 9 o'clock in the night I'll see whoever has submitted it or not. Any doubts? Okay, now tell me if you have any doubts, anyone. The air smells like Christmas means Christmas में कैसे होता है, मतलब there was happiness, there was like Christmas is a season of joy, right? So everywhere the city was full of, okay, the houses were full of Christmas trees, the house was decorated with Christmas trees, the grocery stores were filled with Christmas items, peppermint candies and all. So that's what they mean when they say that the air was full of Christmas. They never met? No, they never met. Yes, Khushbu, did you understand? Okay, fine. Thank you everyone. Okay, submit your homeworks, okay? Chalo, bye bye.